What's going on, everybody? Matt here with another video for y'all. This month going into some relationship skill building, and that's just kind of what contributes to your ability to create and maintain these healthy and rewarding relationships. And especially right now, relationships are more important than ever, and having that connection with people. It's important to know that you aren't alone. You have someone to go through all this with. And no one's a self-made person, and having those people along the way to help us out and is really what makes it all worth doing. And so today I'm just going to kind of go over some different tips. Relationship skills are something that we learned throughout our whole life and that we're continuing to work on and build. And so some things that just to be mindful of, and let's get started. So the first relationship skill that we're really working on is to communicate clearly, and this is by using good both verbal and non-verbal skills to kind of just express yourself. And so both by saying clearly what you mean and speaking in a clear voice, but also your body language, your facial expressions, any gestures that you're making can be very important to accurately deliver what you mean to someone else. This can be really important just by letting people know. Being 100% real and upfront with them can definitely add to those connections. Our second skill is going to be the ability to listen well. And it's a lot harder than it sounds at times, right? Because we have all these other thoughts, but really limiting those thoughts to consciously make the effort to hear and understand what someone else is saying. Old mentor of mine would always tell us to seek to understand before you seek to be understood. And a lot of times this means things that we can actively do. So just appropriate eye contact, trying to cut out all those other distractions so we can really hear and comprehend what the other person is telling us, and using the appropriate facial expressions when they're talking to us can really help them feel like we're there in this thing with them and help to build that connection. We all have those times where we feel like someone is just hearing what we say but really thinking of what their response is going to be, instead of really taking the time to listen, understand it, and then giving that appropriate response. The next tip involves your cooperation with others and just being an active member when you're working towards a common goal that you all have. This is just taking turns, respecting someone else's opinions and thoughts, and being flexible. These are all important in being part of the solution and not part of the problem when you're in a relationship or in a group. But at the same time, being able to resist any peer pressure that comes along with it. You don't want to sacrifice yourself for these relationships. It should be building everyone up at the same time. And so, and if you don't feel comfortable, being able to use that communication that we talked about and committing to a decision if you don't want to be a part of it. In your relationship, there's going to be fights, there's going to be disagreements, arguments, any issue that comes up. And so being able to address those issues, come to any resolution is super constructive and super helpful. And so the ability to address an issue objectively, calmly discuss the problem, brainstorm ideas, and come to an appropriate decision that's going to help you both is going to be super helpful, because everything isn't always perfect. And so going and working towards and through those things is always good. And the last tip on this long list is just to be able to seek help, to be able to offer help when it's needed, and just to look for those opportunities, to know when help isn't needed, but then to always be available to offer that helping hand. And that's really why we're here, and that's why relationships are so important in our thing, is so that we can help each other. That's all for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you found some of it helpful, and I'll see you guys next month. Bye.